I'm taking 15 tablets, that's got to give me at least 10 pounds of muscle in a week. It's got to, it's got to.
But it's you that I think about every time my mind's on it. It's you that I think about every time
It's snowing right now, so I thought I'd bring the camera outside.
it's you that I call
Hopefully it
on
won't get ruined.
FaceTime when
Welcome
I
to
need
the vlog.
something
Today we're going to talk about protein.
real.
Let's get into it.
California dreaming about you.
Good set.
What is up, you guys? Welcome to the vlog. Today we're going to talk to you about supplements. If you're interested and you want to see what the main supplements are that I use, and keep watching this video. This is Tom Day. Guys, go and check out his Instagram and his YouTube channel, pop it on the screen and also in the description below. Appreciate if you can go and like this video and subscribe to his channel also, that'd be great. We're going to run through everything, so sit back, relax, enjoy the vlog. Let's get into it. Supplements, everyone. They work to a degree, but I think there's also a bit of a placebo effect on some.
Yeah.
What's your opinion?
When I first started out, the more I take, the stronger I look, the better I look.
Yeah.
The more professional I look, the more pills.
Yeah.
I was
pills and potions.
Yeah, I'm very, if I'm taking 15 tablets, that's got to give me at least 10 pounds of muscle in a week. It's got to.
That's so
But now that I've sort of looked back, I was spending quite a lot, and supplements, they're not cheap.
No, they're not.
It's not, even if you get them from places like MYPROTEIN, they're not cheap. It's investing in your own body and how you feel and overall health as well, because supplements shouldn't be something you rely on. It's literally in the title, it's supplements your diet, so you shouldn't be relying on having like 4 scoops of whey protein a day and that's your only protein source. It's better for you and it's better to digest and your body to use like actual whole foods like chicken and beef and things like that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think a lot of it comes down to how we've been marketed supplements. I think the way that protein specifically has come into our lives, our day-to-day lives, is that protein is important in everything. Like, you need to have a high protein yogurt. If something's got protein on the label, it's going to make it more expensive to buy. It's as simple as that. So I think the way it's marketed is 90% of the problem, is that you get all these guys that walk into Metrics or GNC or any of these other supplement stores.
Yeah, they go, I want a protein.
What's going to get me big? What's going to get me the results? It comes down to training, nutrition, and
consistency.
Consistency, exactly.
That's what it is.
Exactly that.
Consistency is the main one.
Exactly. And so many people get this mindset that you can just walk into a store, get this magic pill or potion, and all of a sudden you're going to be shredded, and that's not the case. So many people don't understand, Okay, so guys, for me personally, we're going to run through my supplement usage when I was using them. Currently, I don't really use them. I have them, but I don't massively use them. If I'm being completely honest, I do sometimes. Hence why I'm not sponsored by supplement companies and stuff like that, because I don't want to endorse products for things that I don't really use. That's just my personal opinion, okay? So I previously used BCAAs, branched chain aminos. I'll pop the brand that I use on the screen right there. It's like the essential amino acids that help you recover muscle faster. It's also a small source of carbs. You can have it at any time throughout the day, to be completely honest, but I typically have BCAAs during or intra.
I have mine while at intra, while I'm training.
I like the source of carbs. I like the sweetness, even if it's a placebo of me having something sugary to drink on. I think that I quite enjoyed BCAAs. Do they massively work? It's really just up to the individual. Sometimes they'll work, sometimes
it depends.
they don't.
I never use them when I'm bulking because I'm in a calorie surplus. But
if you're lacking,
being in a deficit is what I have.
Exactly that. Basically, if you're shredding at any point, it's always good to have more supplements than you are if you're bulking, because you're not going to have this. It's not going to have the same influence on you. Obviously, whey protein is the second one, most classic one for people to take. Obviously,
there's lots of different ones
variations. I mean, high cal, low cal, high carb.
I'm using whey impact weight isolate just because it's got less fat, but that's just because of my goals.
Exactly.
If you're bulking, you could be using mass gainer.
Exactly, which is what I would be using and have got here, so that when I do need the top up of 1200 or 1600 calories, then I can. I'll pop the protein that I'm using currently right here, so you guys can check it out. It's a USN all-in-one mass gainer. I'll pop the numbers on the screen as well. Obviously, after whey protein, we look at pre-workouts or any sort of caffeine-sourced drink.
I think for me, pre-workout's more of a game. It's more of how strong can I get it before I get it.
Exactly. I think it has. For me, I think pre-workout's probably one of the most effective supplements, so to speak, out of all of the ones that are marketed to us on the basis of the fact that it's caffeine. It's such a well-researched you know, is like creatine, which is the next one we're going to talk about. But any source of caffeine, whether that's, you know, a Monster energy drink, any source of caffeine, whether it's a coffee, pre-workout, whatever it might be, you're getting yourself buzzed. And as simple as that, you're getting your heart rate up and you're sort of trying to push yourself, so get yourself in the zone. So that's why I find them effective. Obviously, we both do exactly the same thing. If you watch Tom's videos, you'll see that we do exactly the same cycling of pre-workout. We do 1 week on, 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
And it basically breaks down that cycle so that it's easier to sustain, and we see better results from the caffeine because your body can become immune to the influence of caffeine if you keep taking it regularly. You
always want to look at the servings because different pre-workouts have got different things. So like Optimum Nutrition, the gold standard pre-workout, that's one I use at the moment. That's got 175 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah. But then I think it's USM. They got this like BSM bomber thing. Nails. And that's like 250 milligrams. Powerful shit. And like exactly. I remember the first time I took pre-workout. I was doing like chest because it was so sweaty. My body was sweating because I never had that much caffeine before. Yeah. And then you get like the pre-workout itches and tingles, and you feel
the beta-alanine tingles. Yeah, really something.
So just start. All I can suggest is start off small and then work your way up. I mean, now I'm an addict and I have like 2.5 drinks a day, but.
See, for me, I'm not massively crazy about pre-workouts. Like I said, I do a week on, 2 weeks off, but I only really do a week on if I need it. So like if I'm going to the gym and I feel lethargic or I'm not, typically, right, balancing out caffeine throughout the day, I'll have 2 coffees in the day and maybe 1 energy drink or 1 pre-workout if I'm on a week on of pre-workout. Does that make sense? It will fluctuate accordingly to what works for me at the time. So if I'm feeling really tired, I'll have like caffeine prior to my workout, regardless of any source. But I don't want to like ever overkill the amount of caffeine I have. I probably have 2 coffees a day as standard, and that's me being good. I used to have like 8 coffees a day, or whatever. It was mad. This is a good one actually. I don't take this, but you use it, don't you? Cyclic DEXTRIN.
Cyclic DEXTRIN, yeah. So
it's a liquid source of carbs.
It's a good source of carbs. Yeah. So the way I run my carbohydrates at the moment, because I'm in a deficit, I want to optimise them. I'm like not losing muscle. So around my workout, I have the majority of my carbs. So before I train, I have 180 grams of rice, and then while I train, I have 35 grams of cyclic DEXTRIN, and then when I finish training, I have 150 grams of cereal and 1.5 like Warburton Thins. Now that sounds like a lot of carbs, but throughout the day, all my other meals are no carb meals, purely because I want to optimise my carbohydrates while I train. And cyclic DEXTRIN for me is a little bit of a mental thing as well, because it's like I'm drinking energy and it's giving me like the ability to live. Yeah. But it also makes you feel good in the gym, and it means that, like, so obviously after you've had that initial pump and then you're like halfway through the gym and you're feeling knackered, for me the cyclic DEXTRIN it kicks in, and then you just like keep going and you keep having a good workout. Which that's basically what basically what he said about that is how I felt about BCAAs. For you, do you have a preference? Do you mix it all together? Yeah, I just chuck it all together, and I've got some raspberry lemonade BCAAs, MYPROTEIN. They're insane. They're so good.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I think one of those things is that at the end of the day, supplements aren't compulsory. They're there to supplement you. As Tom said, you should rely on your natural food source rather than getting it from sort of pre-made synthetic products or even natural products like green tea extract and things like that. You can just have a look at what works for you at the end of the day.
I think that's it. It's trial and error and seeing what works.
Yeah, pre-workout doesn't work for everyone. Like I've had friends that I've been like, oh mate, this pre-workout's crazy. Try it. They try it and they're like, I didn't feel it, mate. I didn't get the beta-alanine tingles. I didn't really feel it. It's a whole bunch of factors that come into play. So don't just think that when you buy something that's super high in caffeine, it's going to instantly impact you in the way that you would think it to. It doesn't always happen like that. For some, I can't really explain it to you guys how it works, but at the end of the day, there's some products that work, some that don't, and you have pre-workouts that work sometimes and some that don't. So it's just there's a whole variety of factors that come into play there.
I think the main things that I'd say they're not like, because obviously not all supplements are necessary, but the ones I'd recommend taking are a fish oil for your joints, daily vitamin, a vitamin C as well, especially when it's like cold this time of year, you don't want to get ill. And then a whey protein as well, but even then you can still get it from chicken and stuff like that. It's just what works for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But apart from that, you don't really need anything.
Exactly that. I mean, I have all this stuff, but I don't massively use it. I have, my multivit, I have my fish oils, and I have vitamin D also, and vitamin C tablets. But at the end of the day, you can take these as much as you choose. You can also live a life without them. But what Tom's basically saying is that it's going to benefit you if you do, effectively. If you're lacking from some sort of nutrient, whether it's a micronutrient or a macronutrient, you can get it from another source, is all we're saying. Last one to cover, in my opinion, I think we've covered most of them. Yeah. Most of the main ones anyway. If we have missed anything out, comment and we'll do a separate video just to chase this up. But creatine is one of the most studied supplements out of all of them out there. Let's be real here, the effect of creatine is like a cannon going off, so every time you flex your muscle, it's like reloading a cannon, you reload faster, therefore you can train more efficiently. That's legitimately what it does effectively.
Yeah, creatine's the one supplement that I've had it every single day.
Yeah, just 5 grams.
5 grams.
Yeah.
There's no all this shit about backloading and like overloading. You don't need it.
Yeah.
I've had 5 grams a day every single day since I started training, and that's been the one thing I've always had every single time, and that's the one thing that I believe and purely because it's so scientifically researched. And if you do your own research on supplements, that's when you know that. Like scientific wise, that's one of the best ones out there.
Let's touch on something really quickly, just to finish up this video, the thing that no one ever talks about. Supplements that have the influence on your bowels. We never talk about it, right?
Oh yeah.
We never talk about it.
That's a good one.
It's interesting, isn't it? So a lot of people will be taking all these supplements, we're all in this bro mindset, you know, of having your protein and all these other bits and bobs, and to be honest with you, we never talk about what happens when we go to the bathroom, but I've been in the gym a couple of times, I've been, Jesus Christ, what are these people eating? And I'm just like, I walk in and I'm like, oh my God, this is horrendous, right? We've all had times when we've eaten things and we think to ourselves, oh God, I don't feel great. Influence of protein, liquid protein, not natural food protein, on me is that I feel bloated, I feel like I need to go to the bathroom all the time. And generally I just feel bulky. Like I feel like if I have a protein shake now, I don't respond in the same way I would if I got all that protein from food. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
I think with me, protein, I'm fine with it purely because I've used it so regularly.
True.
But protein bars are the thing. When you just if you have more than 2 in a day, that's what messes you up, because all the fibre and all of like the other stuff they put in it, all the sweetness and stuff, that really like messes with your bowels, and before you know it, you're like really bloated, and then you feel like just really horrendous.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think that's one of the massive ones. The effect of it's mainly about bloating. To be completely honest with you, I find that when I have creatine, I get bloated. Sometimes when I have pre-workout, I have to wait for the fizz to go for me to be able to drink it, like the gas inside the shaker, because
that initial pop is that pre-workout
pop, and then I don't like it because I feel like I'm drinking I don't really drink fizzy drinks anyway, but I feel like I'm drinking gas which is making my stomach bloated, so therefore I feel like it's not comfortable when you're about to train, especially if you're doing legs or something. Do you know what I mean? You don't want your stomach to be, if you're putting a belt around your waist, you don't want to be like constricted with all that gas in your stomach. So I don't know, there's a couple different factors that come into play, but I think overall some products are going to be better than others. I think that's fair to say.
That's fair to say.
It doesn't necessarily mean that the good brands are the ones that are going to be good for you.
It's just finding what works for you. It's like we said earlier, just trial and error and seeing what works best for you. That's the only way of finding that.
Exactly, right? So, cool guys. So to sum up this video, we're going to pop on the screen my top supplement brands for out of preference, things that work for me. We're just going to put Tom's out of the ones we've discussed on the screen here, including vitamins and minerals and other bits and bobs, as you can see now. So feel free to check out those products. We're not endorsed or supported by any of these companies.
Not yet. MyProtein, hit me up.
Not yet. But at the end of the day, like I said, supplements aren't compulsory. If you guys are watching this video and you think to yourself, right, I'm going to go buy every single product that these guys are endorsing, don't. Just think about it for a second. It's really not needed. We're just giving you a bit of knowledge, so for you guys that are interested, you can check those products out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel, like this video if you did, check out Tom's, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again.